Oh, didn't see you guys there. Just admiring my 3/4 inch drive Armstrong ratchet here. It's out on the workbench because we just used it to install a cylinder gland. If you don't have one of these tools, you need to get one if you rebuild cylinders. This thing is the cat's meow. I've used this a handful of times now and it worked flawlessly every single time. Armstrong ratchet. Everybody needs an American-made 3/4 inch drive. So I'm just hanging out here in the garage today. We didn't make it as far as what I wanted to this week. We had all the cylinders up here on the workbench previously for old Johnny number 5. That was the rebuild that I was talking about, one of the tilt cylinders. I used this to put the gland back in, and well, we have some boo-boos on the seals. If you stay tuned, I'm going to put out a video on that, but I don't have it this week. We're missing some pieces, we're missing some time, and we're not there yet. But what I did do in the process was I turned some UHMW or polyethylene in that project, and it cuts like butter with a few caveats. You have to be really careful. I have it chucked up in the lathe over there. It is still a huge mess from what we were just turning, and I'm going to play around a little bit. I was very tentative and hesitant about using the part-off tool on that plastic, but it worked okay. I think I'm going to give it a go here. I'm going to play around. I'm going to show you how that UHMW cuts, how this little lathe that I got works, and maybe learn some things myself in the process. Stay tuned. I'll show you what we're going to get into. Well, here's what we started with. This is 4-inch diameter UHMW or polyethylene. It's plastic, essentially. Started off with a 12-inch long piece. We necked that down a couple different times, and we were turning some spacers or filler pieces for our cylinders. As you can tell, with all these chips, we had to cut a significant amount off of that 4-inch diameter to get down to about the 2.5 to 3-inch diameter range. And this stuff cuts just fantastic. You got to be careful about whipping it out of the chuck. Switch to the 4-jaw chuck, and that holds onto it a whole lot better than the 3-jaw, just because you have more clamping surface. But we're going to get this out of here. We're going to cut a new piece. I'm going to show you how well this machine will cut this plastic. It cuts like a dream. It's going to zip a 2-inch piece off here in the bandsaw. That way we have a smaller piece to work with and it's not hanging so far out of the chuck. This thing works really good. The blade is a little bit too fine tooth for this material, but with lubricant and a little patience, it'll zip right through there. This saw with the new saw blade and the cutting fluid works amazing. I can't believe I waited so long to get a new blade and cutting fluid. Wow, awesome. Good that direction, but she's out around. So I can fight with this all day long, but I'm never gonna get that 20 thou out of there. She's egg-shaped. Something to keep in mind when working with plastic. Also, I mentioned it earlier, go with the 4-jaw or as many jaws as you have. That way this doesn't get sucked out of there. This 4-jaw is way better than the 3-jaw that I have. So I always like to face the part off, so I have a nice square face here. And then we're going to face this off, and then we're going to turn some the diameter down here. I don't know, maybe turn it down to 3 instead of 4-inch. And you'll see just how smooth this cuts. This is basically a high-speed steel cutter that was ground with a sharp edge. Let's let her rip. That face is pretty crooked from the saw cut. Might take a couple passes. took, oh, now we got just a very small bit right there. We're going to call that good because when I turn the die, it's just a section right there. We're going to call that good because when I turn the OD, it will machine that right off of there. Let's do a light cut first. 20 thou, make it round again. Get this off of here. Just like Easter tinsel, or Christmas tinsel, or Easter grass. Alright, we got it trued up. It didn't like that zero cut, left some lines on there. But now we're going to get in there and we're going to cut her with a heavy cut. I'm going to go just over 3/8. We're going to go a 40 thou cut. Cutter to workpiece, it's in quite a ways. It's actually oversized. I didn't know that. So we're actually at 4 inches and 40 thousandths. Let her rip. Look at that. Wish you could feel it or see it. It's a beautiful cut. We were at 440 and we should have took off 4/10. 3.630. So almost exactly 4/10 plus 10 thou. So right on the money. Cut beautiful with that sharp tool. Let's give you a different angle. Same depth of cut. Man, I sure wish this old Atlas lathe would be able to buzz through metal at that same cutting rate. We'd be making some serious round parts. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Leave your questions and comments in that section below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button your way out. Thanks for watching, everyone. I got a mess to clean up.